This is the Movie Channel. All
Stay tuned for a classic film short on the Movie Channel, the heart of Hollywood. Here are the movies you can record this weekend on the Movie Channel's VCR Theater. Friday, 1984. Saturday, The Molly Maguires. And Sunday, Tender is the Night. Why bother with movie rentals? Just take out a tape and set your VCR timer every night at 3 a.m. 2 Central to the Movie Channel. The perfect VCR accessory.
Hello, I'm Robert Osborne, and welcome to the Heart of Hollywood, where the big surprise is that the summer blockbuster hit isn't a Steven Spielberg or George Lucas film, but a Paul Verhoeven film. Not exactly a household name, unless you are a student of Dutch films or frequent the art theaters, where his earlier films like Spedders, A Fourth Man, or Soldier of Orange played. But now, in his first American film, RoboCop, Verhoeven has hit it big. It's an action thriller that takes place in an unspecified time in the future in Detroit. Not only is it suspenseful and comedic, but it has some great special effects and lots of violence. So much so that it almost earned an X rating.
Please put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
I think you'd better do what he says, Mr. Kinney.
You now have 15 seconds to comply. You are in direct violation of Penal Code 11369. I am now authorizing your physical force.
I don't have a real problem with violence on the screen. I never had. I went to a lot of action pictures when I was a kid and have seen a lot of violence when I was a kid because we were in Holland at that moment and occupied by the Germans and there was a war going on, and I mean, so you saw a lot of very unpleasant things. And so violence in itself is not something that I would not portray. In fact, I have always had in all my pictures a tendency to do it, to show things as they are in real life. That has been a reproach versus my work on the violence level and on the sexual level.
What is this all about?
This guy, Sergeant John.
What's this all about?
It's about official OCP business, so please, get lost.
I think we got 4 or 5 days today. Hey, this is garbage. I take my orders from...
First of all, we had to find somebody who was in a very good shape, physically. He's a marathon runner. He's in excellent shape. Then secondly, we needed somebody who had a very good jawline, because most of his face and his body is hidden. The only thing you see is really this part. Now, if you have somebody who has a weak chin or not an interesting jawline, and if the lips are wrong, the personality of the actor, how well the acting would be in this case, would have been lost, I think, because you really expect something. You expect the human part that you see to be strong.
Voice stress analyzer. 1, 2, 3. Record. Now playback.
Bring it up 50%.
Now playback.
Bring it up 50%.
Give me a full frame.
All right, clear out.
What are your prime directives?
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
Immediately, he had a kind of a convincing way of portraying a robot, making the movements kind of stylized. I mean, I don't think that a robot could really move its put something in his hand like this and do something like that, or that would be too loose. So he should be somebody, the robot should be somebody who is able to make kind of stylized movements like this and grabbing something like this, chuck, chuck, for a cup of tea or whatever he would do. And Peter had immediately a very good approach to that. It took him 10 hours, the first day it took them 10 hours to get him into that robo-suit. So he came to the set at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we started shooting at 9 o'clock, but of course he was not ready, so we did other things. Then at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, he came to the set for the first time, And I had to say to him, Peter, or I said Robo to him because he is an actor, he's a studio actor kind of type, so he wants to be addressed as the character. So I said, Robo, no, you have to come in from here and you walk to the other side of the room.
What are you doing?
My targeting system is a little messed up.
For Paul Verhoeven, RoboCop emphasized the difference between making films in America and making them in Europe.
From a filmmaker's point of view, it's the same, I think. Technically, there are good people there and there are good people here, and the way of shooting is exactly the same. Movies are made, I think, always more or less in the same way. The difference, of course, is that a movie like this, like RoboCop, with all the technical devices and the puppet stuff, the miniature stuff, rear projection, background projection, blue screen, all these things are really very difficult in Europe. And I don't think can be done there because people lack the technical knowledge.
I had to kill Bob Morton because he made a mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake.
I always try really not to exactly formulate a message because that might be very dangerous to an artist to know exactly what he is doing. What attracted me in the picture was this kind of metaphor, or even, not even, it's more than a metaphor, it's somebody who loses his soul, isn't it? So the message is more or less my interest in the human soul.
I really love that guy.
And you probably will too. This is Robert Osborne for The Heart of Hollywood. Watch for more interviews and behind-the-scenes stories this month and every month, in between the movies and only on the Movie Channel.
I've been very careful in the roles that I've chosen.
You just have to push yourself ahead.
Catch 2 rising stars in a special double feature. First, Judge Reinhold's the bookworm who poses as a flatfoot.
Not a cop.
He knows all the steps,
Cops don't dance in subways.
but he's still offbeat. Then Nicolas Cage is the ill-mannered, rum-running scalawag
You don't know how good you are, do you?
whose redemption hinges on being the best.
You think you can beat him? I know I can.
Winning means everything for the boy in blue. The Movie Channel Screen Test winner Rachel Rizzuto hosts the Rising Stars double feature Wednesday, August 19th, right here on the Movie Channel. Coming soon on the Movie Channel. Coming soon on the Movie Channel.
Channel's feature presentation. This film has not been rated by the Motion Picture Association of America.